The news and views expressed herein are the sole property of Kenosha Today. Certain portions of this program may be unsuitable for children, sensitive adults, small animals, and the general public. Viewer discretion is advised. Well, are we ready for this, Scott?
All right, crank her up, big boy.
There we go.
Well, I'm not a crook. Is that Ray Meisner talking? We're going to get to him. Good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Scottie Barter along with Elmo the Insane Schneider. Welcome to the October, this
10.
many, almost 10, this many. What are we going to do next week? Bring out my foot?
Yeah, toes. We got toes. So.
That's how sophisticated we've come since we left the airways of
That's right.
WLIP. This is the October 10th edition of the Kenosha Today Saturday Morning Breakfast Club. And again, we are coming to you live and local.
From
this
BM
morning.
Studios.
Hey, we've
Soon to be moving.
Yeah, we're gonna be
We're moving up in the world.
We got some things planned that we're gonna be taking this show on the road, so to speak, and hopefully maybe we can get the technical things. And we're gonna be from all over. We could come to you from the walls of China, the Great Wall in Mexico. We'll come to you anywhere.
Yep.
And we're hopefully maybe we can work out a couple technical spots. This is the innovation of my colleague here that comes up with all of these things, and hopefully we'll get that done. Mm-hmm. We are streaming live across the very warm and balmy cornfields of the Midwest and to everyone all around the world. We are brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. We remain committed to the great city of Kenosha, and will continue to broadcast live and local, bringing you the best and up-to-date news, weather, and sports and entertainment. And if you want to watch the replay, all you have to simply do is, you don't have to wait for time. You can't go to WLIP, or not WLIP, what's this here? There we go.
No, I was just checking the settings, paying no attention. So.
We don't know what Channel 14 is doing, do we? I mean, they have a website, I guess you could see this.
Yeah.
But still, you can go anytime you want, apparently. And scroll down, and there you go.
Yep.
And, of course, everybody can sign up with our thousands of our fans who have joined the Kenosha Today Nation and liked us on Facebook. As you can see, our number, 262-597-3020. It is about 70 degrees in here in the Kenosha Today Nation. I had a long sleeve shirt on, but I had to open the windows here because that's all about to change.
Yeah, it's
so
another pleasant age.
But don't forget, this is gorgeous.
For October.
Yeah, in fact, we had a top 10. Oh, we had a top 10 last week. Was the top 10 signs of Kenosha. It had an Indian summer. For those
Indigenous Peoples Summer.
Indigenous people, yeah. Stock market was closed up a little bit for those that are involved in that, and that's encouraging. And it seems like everybody's, maybe they'll come up with a stimulus package yet. First of all, Nancy Pelosi says one thing, the Trump says another, and as soon as he said that, the market plunged. And as soon as he said, "Oh, I changed my mind," it came up and then some. Mm-hmm. So if they can get their act together, and this is just my view, and I'll let Elmo wait. I don't think that people care about bailing out Boeing, but if you give them their unemployment, give them a stimulus check, and maybe one other thing, and meet in the middle, they could get that done very quickly.
Well, the big problem is that Pelosi wants to bail out New York, California, and Illinois for their 50 years of mismanagement, and that's the sticking point why they can't get it passed.
Well, I heard her say, she goes, "Well, we don't really want to bail out the cities that are in trouble. If they have problems balancing their budget, they got to lay off people. We're not going to bail them out." But didn't we do that to New York many years ago, where some city went bankrupt, and I thought,
New York went bankrupt. Yeah. I can't remember. I was but a mere babe during those years, but I kind of remember it. So.
Anyway, we're going to talk about a variety of things this morning. You want to weigh in on whatever? And we're going to start with the local reaction to Evers' mandate. Just don't call him a communist, please.
Well, yes.
Well, that's right. But, I don't understand this. First of all, I don't understand why he had to do that to begin with.
It's totally political. Notice the end date, the 6th of November. What happens right before that election day?
No, I didn't
His whole
connect the dots there.
His whole thing is to try to shut down the economy now because they think Trump will get blamed for it.
Oh.
It's a totally political move, and there's no basis in any of the health statistics whatsoever to support it.
Why didn't his boss and what's the other guy's name up there? Who's the Republican leader? Why didn't they fight this? I'm surprised they
Basically because nobody is going to follow it.
Why bother?
Why bother?
Well, that's
and the other thing is in the cities. Well, not that. I'm thinking of the mask mandate. People are supporting the mask mandate. You've got all the soccer moms and stuff that are afraid that their kids are going to die. So that's wrong. And that's we got to keep everybody. And the other thing is that the business owners that support the mask don't want to lose business to other competitors that don't care if people wear masks or not. So they want to force everybody to do the same thing.
Well, like most of the grocery stores and whatever, you go in, you have to wear a mask. And I go in there because I'm only in there 5 minutes and out.
Yeah.
But everywhere else, if I'm going to go to a restaurant, I'll wear it in. But if the owner says they don't have to, and by the time, who's going to police this thing? We've talked about this for months.
Especially in Kenosha, I think our police here have got a few more other things, more important things to take care of than to see if you got masks or counting how many people you got in your bar or anything like that.
So you can threaten them with a $500 fine, but again, it's going to take somebody to either sue them or take my $500 ticket and go in and say, I plead innocent, this was unconstitutional, and go from there.
Yep.
By the time you get through there, the thing's over with.
Yep.
And I think people, for the most part, are not all that enthusiastic about having a government mandate. Do I have to wear a mask? I get the whole thing.
No, if you have a business, you can make your own rules. That's the whole thing.
I get that.
If your customers don't mind it, then they're your customers. If they don't like it, they'll go someplace else.
There you go.
That's it.
And you know what? Let's take a bar and a restaurant. And it seems like they're all picking on the bars.
Yep.
And, they've been hit enough with the 8-week shutdown back in March. It went through May.
And the whole thing, if you follow this thing, what's going to happen? The same people that got laid off back in March and April that were unable to collect unemployment because the executive branch of the Wisconsin government screwed that up so bad.
In fact,
and now you're throwing them right back into the same quagmire. That's just absolutely ridiculous.
I've got an update on that. I've got a client that's still waiting. Applied the last week of March, and there's still 60,000 people. When he files his weekly claim, it says something pending.
Pending.
And here's what you got coming. Well, send it to me.
They don't care. That's the whole thing. They don't care.
We talked about
the Democrats. We're so caring. Republicans hate. We're going to throw grandma over the cliff and stuff like that. And,
right.
Look. Don't listen to them. Watch what they do.
Right. And then the Kenosha County gal, that Jen Phosphate, she urges Kenoshans to follow the state order. I was reading through her stuff in one of the papers this week. She's encouraging people to follow the Evers limits. Here's a gal. She's going to get paid no matter what happens, shut down or not. But it seems to me she never found a business she didn't want to shut down.
That's right.
Every time, every
business.
week. And you can't do that because without the businesses,
there's no taxes.
There's no taxes. And without people employed, there's no payroll taxes, the state and income taxes. So, lighten up or come join us and we'll straighten you out.
That's right.
You know what she needs is a good, not a whipping, I want to say that. No, I don't want to say I didn't mean that. I withdraw that statement. She needs to come and have a couple bracers, lighten up.
Production meeting.
Production meeting,
yeah.
Tell your boss, County Exec Jim Cruiser, you're taking the Friday afternoon off.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a social day. Maybe they'll even pay you for it.
That's right.
It won't cost you a dime to sit with us. And you might learn a whole lot more than what's going on in either county government or you find out where all the skeletons are buried.
Well,
We're going to get this.
I talked to another bar owner, and they said, well, the workaround is it's going around, and I don't know if this is through the Tavern League or where the heck it's from, but they supposedly instead of having a 25% capacity limit, you can put a sign on the door that says this is a meeting for political purposes, and there is no limit on that. So.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Yep. We have a caller, Uncle Scotty.
Right. Let's go to it. I didn't know that.
Yep. They've got to allow these people to riot.
There ain't a law, an ordinance that doesn't have a loophole.
Right.
All right.
Good morning here in Kenosha today.
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Hey, Dennis, how are you?
Dennis.
Yeah, I figured I'd call in this week. I heard Mickey called in last week, so
Yep.
I told him lay off. I'd call in.
Yeah, you don't want to be upstaged by that moron, do you?
Oh, what an idiot! But I'll tell you. We are turning into like a South American soccer crowd. Remember what used to happen in Brazil? If the crowd didn't agree with a referee's call, they'd riot, they'd kill the referee, and all this different stuff.
Yeah.
It's like every time a verdict gets announced in a case, and which means you guys in Kenosha have 2 more to come.
Yep.
Okay?
Oh.
If you don't agree with it, you riot, you break stuff, you tear stuff down. This is unbelievable. I mean, the law is the law, and if there are no repercussions, if there are no consequences, then people are going to continue to do exactly what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I concur. You know what? I think a lot of businesses, at least in the downtown area and whatever's left standing in the uptown area, they still have their windows boarded up because they're bracing for, like you
whatever
said,
happens.
Whatever happens. And otherwise they have another cost to take it down and put it back up.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the Breonna Taylor thing in Louisville. They opened up the grand jury to say, here's what
happened.
we did. And
really got the guy in Wauwatosa too.
Yeah.
That just got
when a 17-year-old young man has a gun and he's shooting at me and I'm law enforcement, I'm getting a little panicky and I'm going to pop him. I mean, that's what he's there
And
for.
I don't know if his gun is jammed or if he's only got 1 bullet in his gun. How am I supposed to know that?
That's right.
I don't know that.
Well, when he's shooting at you, you know that.
You got half a second to make a
Exactly.
decision. That's it. If that.
And what got me too is when they interviewed his mother and they asked her what she thought about the violence that followed, the protest, and she paused for a long time and then she said, "It is what it is." What kind of? I don't understand.
You mean Kenosha you're talking about?
No, the mother of the 17-year-old in Wauwatosa.
Oh, Wauwatosa. It is what it is. It's a shame. And like somebody said a week or so ago, yeah, it's a tragedy. But not all tragedies are crimes. So
Exactly.
I mean, and everybody
And
wants...
since that Wauwatosa officer was cleared, basically saying it was a justified self-defense shooting, then he should not be fired from the department.
Nope.
He hasn't been, has he?
Well, they're thinking about it.
He's suspended. Well, the way they tried to work it out is they're saying that this is his third.
Fourth time he's...
Third.
Okay, whatever.
Third, but they're saying, they think if this happens again, the city is under too much legal liability, for that. That's their excuse. He should be fired for that reason because he's too much of a liability. We're going to get sued, and
he could also turn around and Dennis, you've been in law enforcement. He could sue them for wrongful termination. But who makes money in all this? The lawyers.
We have another call here, Scott.
I don't care. It could have been his 6th shooting.
Yep.
If you're a poor person that's in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I'm sure he didn't want to be involved in a 3rd shooting, but he was there. He responded. How does he know that he's going to be involved in a shooting when he responds to a
That's what we pay
situation?
him money for. Hang on, Dennis. We're going to take another call.
Are you supposed to just sit on your hands and stand down?
Yeah. Yep. Hang on, Dennis. We got
another caller. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
No, you're supposed to sit on your hands and pull your pants down.
Jeez, Elmo, who's this on the line? Hey,
Let's
Gunga,
leave
how's
to
it
the
going?
voice of reason.
Thank you very little. Yes, is this the late, great Mr. Barter entering the telephone, Elmo?
Yeah, actually, I'm answering the telephone.
We have a new phone system. Hey, you're the only one we can barely hear. Are you on a speaker?
Actually, I've got the phone, and I'm talking out of my rear end.
Yep.
That explains the muffled.
Does that answer enough questions for you?
Gunga, if you do that, if you're waiting for a call, put it on vibrate before you put it up there. I suggest that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the information. I will take that with great regard.
Hey, since you know what Monday is, don't you, boys?
Columbus Day.
You know that, Gunga?
I did not quite catch the last part of it.
Columbus Day.
Well, he doesn't celebrate Columbus Day. He celebrates it as Indigenous Americans Day.
Indigenous Peoples Day. That's it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raul. Is this the mall rat?
Yeah, the mall rat.
Yep.
Yeah, this is MR.
Gunga celebrates Alibaba's birthday down there, right?
Yep.
Oh, yes. That in Linda Lovelace in John Holmes.
Oh, my God. That's a long story.
Thank you for the input there.
So, do you guys have to work? Dennis, school's still in session if you're...
Yes, I will be working half a day on Monday.
Oh, which half? I don't mean...
I'll be instructing some youth, unfortunately, for them.
Some Utes? Instructing some Utes?
Hey, you know what you should do is give them a homework assignment. Tell them they got to tune into the show and write a synopsis.
No, that's child abuse.
And cruel and unusual punishment.
Thank you.
Hey, so...
I could barely dial the phone myself, Mr. Mallrat.
Mr.
You know, you better watch out, Scott. Pelosi's trying to draft an addendum to the First Amendment about freedom of speech to judge the viability and mental capacity of talk show hosts.
That's right.
Oh, I did see that. Well, what do you think our problem is? We should pass that with flying colors.
Well, do they give you a shot in the rear end like the other guy before he goes out?
Hey, can you imagine us being called to testify in front of Congress and they got to put a clip of this in front of the... Where do you put it, on Fox or CNN?
They'd all resign.
We'll clean that, baby. If they think Washington is broken now, wait till we get there.
Well, just be like Sammy Sosa and say you don't speak English.
Sometimes after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I don't.
I concur.
Things get a little... So, does Clyde celebrate Columbus Day there, Gunga?
Yes, it's the one day he's not allowed to get sexually aroused.
How do you prevent that?
We have another caller,
By
Scott.
giving him a picture of you.
Okay, hang on, boys. Now, we're going to add one more caller, but we're going to go one at a time because, actually, we have some decorum, right?
I believe it's your girlfriend, Gunga.
All right. Don't get aroused.
Thank God.
Good morning, Shirley.
Good morning.
Hi there.
Hi.
Good morning, Shirley.
Good morning.
Good morning, sweetie.
Hi, Gunga. How are you?
I'm wonderful, and you are the most blessed flower in all of Kenosha.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Hey, having heard him say
Shirley,
that.
I have a question for Shirley.
Okay, go ahead.
Shirley, are you
Yes.
just the way Gunga left you last night?
Yep.
Just her and her go-go boots.
Right.
Hey, Shirley, it looks like
Oh, boy.
since Nancy Pelosi is doing an investigation.
How's Nancy?
Okay, hey, wait a minute. We don't care about this. This is not a social call. We're trying to do business here. Hey, Shirley, since Nancy Pelosi is doing this investigation on talk shows, and I guess we're going to be subpoenaed to come to Washington, so, I mean, you're going to have to kind of clean your act up a little bit here.
Ooh.
Was that Shirley?
Well, Dennis, that's your department.
Well, I think that you should testify on behalf of anyone who is over 65, for example, and still has total competency in their mental functioning.
Mental
There you go.
functioning? Are you referring to me?
Yes.
So you're on the record
What
now
other
as saying
what other talk show host would choose such apropos guests on their show?
you called us.
Right.
Yep.
I think we've been insulted, Shirley.
So Shirley,
Surely we have.
Shirley, what are you going to do
Oh
on?
boy.
All right, one at a time. Now, one at a time. Shirley, what are you going to do for on Monday on Columbus Day?
I'm not nothing. I celebrate every day. I retired, so I don't have to worry about anything.
Hey, you know what? I never asked you, and a lot of our viewers and listeners don't know. What did you do for a job during the days you were working?
She's a lunch lady.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, 39 years I was a lunch lady.
Did you hear that, Gunga?
Pl-
Lunch
Yes,
lady.
she was one of those ladies in a cage in the 70s. Yes, dancing above the dancing floor.
Did you get to wear the old
Right.
shower cap?
Well, Shirley, you moved up. You started out as a lady of the evening, and then you moved up to afternoon by being a lunch lady.
Afternoon
And
delight.
now with
A lady of the
podcast, you're a
lunchtime.
lady of the morning.
Afternoon delight.
Boy.
The lunchtime quickie.
Moving on up.
Shirley, do you have?
Well, Mr. Barter, you should be ashamed of yourself. You've done nothing in your entire life. You're like Biden. now you're going to fix your life.
You know, we did a story some months back about identity theft, and somebody tried to steal my identity one time, and they turned it back in. They said, "Forget it. I don't want to be this guy."
That's right.
Now I had a question I was going to ask here. Now I lost my train of thought.
That happens all the time.
Yeah. So Shirley, do you have some weather for us?
I have.
Okay. Let me hang on.
want it now?
Just a second. Today's Kenosha. Today's radar weather, sponsored by Capo Web Design, which is a locally owned web design and development business here in Kenosha, specializing in website design, development, maintenance, site services, and support. Who actually designed and is currently developing our site, KenoshaToday.com. For more information, you can see that. Call them www.capowebdesign.com. Okay, Shirley, give us some.
Shirley,
nice
one moment, please. Will you do it in your most sexy of voices?
I'll try.
Do it for Mr. Barter.
Wait a minute. Before you get
Okay.
that, we start on such a high note, and then maybe we start the bar a little bit lower and we taper down from there. But Gunga, you bring everything down to the gutter.
Gunga, you're wonderful.
So do I.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Shirley.
Oh, yes. Oh.
He is wonderful.
Go ahead, Shirley.
Okay. Today, it's beautiful.
I
Warm
like
in the
that.
warm in the morning and mostly sunny all
I
day.
like it warm in the morning, mostly sunny. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm imagining us on a beach. Half
Right.
naked.
Oh, right. Oh my
Hey,
God.
can we do the weather without all the moaning and the heavy breathing?
Okay. Tomorrow, clouds and sun, but still in the it's a little lower tomorrow in the 60s, high 60s.
Yes, I like it a little lower too.
And Monday, partly sunny and breezy with a thunderstorm in the afternoon.
Oh.
And it's
I like
still
it when you blow in my ear, so it's nice and breezy. Yes, I like that too.
You can blow in one ear and not hit anything in between. The dust will come out the other side.
Tuesday, sunny to partly cloudy and beautiful. This weather's beautiful. And
It's like you,
Wednesday,
Shirley, the most beautiful flower in all of Kenosha. Thank
oh,
you.
I really needed that.
You have made my weekend. I am done now. I am signing off. I've got to go take care of myself.
Oh,
Oh, God. Oh, good.
Just think what these two would be
I
doing if we had
needed
Shirley
that.
on
I got a
camera.
bad sinus infection. I really needed that. I needed that, Gunga. And Wednesday partly sunny. So it's really nice weather.
Oh, we have the extended forecast.
All right, that's what we like. Do you have anything extended, Gunga?
Is he gone?
I think he dropped off, Scott. He
Yeah,
got
he just
really
dropped.
too excited. He had to drop off.
The weather was too much for him.
Yeah.
Boy, you get him so excited, Shirley, and then he starts to sweat and lather up, and he starts saying goofy things, and there you go.
He heard that He heard that Shirley's warm front was moving in.
Oh, Dennis, boy, you must stay up at night and listen and write these down.
You guys are hilarious. I don't know how you think of what you do. You're hilarious.
Before I let you all go, I mean, you're both Bear fans, right? Or Dennis, you are.
I am.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep, I am.
But I'm a little less of an NFL fan this year. I'm not all in. I'm not all in.
You know what? A week ago, or was it 2 weeks ago, when the Brewers were playing, I wore my Brewer shirt and the Brewers lost. When the Cubs were playing the next night, I wore my Cubs and they lost. I didn't wear last Sunday or Monday just the Green Bay Packer thing, but for the Bears game, I did wear a Bears sweatshirt and they lost. So what does that tell you about?
No, the Bears won.
Bears won. They're 4-1.
Well, who did they lose to?
They didn't lose. They won Monday night.
They're undefeated.
Monday night
No,
they
lost.
won, right?
They lost the
Dennis?
week before.
That's okay. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
He's having a senior moment here. So let's.
What city are the Bears
20-19. It was the most exciting game I've seen in a long time.
It was, especially
That
a
was
Bear
more
game.
excited than Gunga got about you, Shirley.
Especially a Bear.
Wasn't that something, Dennis? It was unreal, that game. I'm so glad they won.
Well, especially
I
against.
think they made it into the end zone more times than Gunga has.
I think so.
He's taking a knee. No, in all seriousness, it was a great game, and against Tom Brady, who you can tell at age 42 he's slipping a bit, but nevertheless, he's still playing good, and the team he's playing with didn't play.
No, it was a very good game, and I think they rattled him because he even forgot what down it was at the end of the game.
Yeah, I saw that.
I know. 4-1 now. That's terrific for the Bears. I'm telling you.
Totally unexpected.
Yeah, but they haven't played anybody tough except for
yeah.
this one here. They played a couple teams, the Falcons and the Giants, and wait till we get into the meat of their schedule. But again, that's what I like about football, the parity, because your schedule, like the Packers, they have to play so many games against teams that were in the playoffs the year before.
Yep.
And look at the Bears. They're playing nobody so far. But when they start playing in their division, I think things could change a little bit.
Yep.
So we'll see.
It'll be good. Packers-Bears is the last game of the season.
Oh,
Yeah, it is, and
January
that's at
3rd.
Chicago, and the one in I believe either late November, or early December is at Green Bay.
Yep, late November.
But the Green Bay fans have to be disappointed with the ruling now that there's going to be. They wanted to have fans at their games a little later in the season, but now there's going to be no fans.
No
allowed.
fans.
You know, that really sucks because, first of all, this was the Packers' off week, the bye week, and the players normally go home. They wouldn't even let them leave Green Bay. And now they're going to go back to not having fans. And then all of a sudden, because there's a spike in infections in the Green Bay area, well, there's other places around the country that are going to have
They don't let them out.
25,000 fans coming up.
Yep.
If you don't want to go to the game, don't go to the game. Or wear a mask. On January 3rd.
Besides that, spikes have always been a part of football.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's just,
you're right, Dennis.
all right, kids.
You know, Scott, I got to give the Packers their props, though, even as a Bear fan. They broke two records. Number one, I think they're the first team in modern history to score over 30 points in their first 4 games. And I think number two, they don't have a turnover yet this year.
No, that's
Nope. Bill Packers that do not have a turnover.
right.
We have another caller here, Scott.
Hang on, kids. We'll
Okay,
see what's going to happen
I'll
here.
sign off. Tell Nancy I love her and hello.
All right.
We
Thanks,
love you
Shirley.
too, Shirley.
Stay with us, Dennis.
Okay, have a great day,
All right,
everybody.
Stay with us, Dennis. We'll see
Bye-bye.
who this is.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
You want me to hang or you want me to go,
No,
Scott?
say it. Let's see who this is.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
It's BA in Bristol.
Yeah, all right.
Dennis, stick around at your own risk.
That was nice of Shirley to curtsy out to let me in.
Well, we didn't know it was you, but
It gets a little confusing if you got too many people there. So
you two could be a couple, right?
Hey, Scott, can I ask her that question I wanted to ask last week?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Well, remember how you said what you do when low-flying planes come over?
Yeah, and thanks a lot for all that because they're all over the place every Saturday afternoon.
Just trying to help the team.
Even got those guys that drive those things you sit in with the parachute wing over the top.
Yep.
Oh, my.
Yeah. One of them almost hit a tree.
I had a question for you. With the discovery and admission of the existence of aliens now, and alien aircraft, spacecraft, have you ever flashed an alien spacecraft?
No, but there are some drones that come out when there's a constellation event, and there's one dude that comes up toward the front of my yard across the field, and he's got an amber light.
A helmet with
a lot of
things sticking
drones,
out of it?
and I think that they have super photography, like they can take pictures of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But usually it's nighttime by the firelight, so who knows
Well,
what
you
they
don't
can
flash those, do you?
Well, if they come close enough.
Oh, wow.
Just what's
That's gonna
close
cause
enough?
an accident.
What's close enough?
It's a drone. They're driving it from home.
But still, the guy could lose control and, man.
No, it's just the way I sit by the fire. I don't do it on purpose.
Oh no, not at all.
Oh.
You say,
Well, it's my yard. It's firelight. It's nice out. I don't go completely topless most of the time.
Most of the
oh boy, here we go.
It depends on whether or not my husband's awake.
Oh.
And I won't tell you which way it goes.
Dennis, don't go breathing hard like that. You're making me get excited.
Do you guys were talking about football. Do you know about our penalty game?
No.
penalty game.
Yeah, Jerry and I, ever since we met, we used to watch Monday Night Football together and send all the kids to their rooms. We had 8 children. And we would get in our pajamas and we'd play a penalty game that I made up. But now, since they're not here anymore, we came up with a new one when there's a booth review. You know, you've got unnecessary roughness. I have to get a slap on the butt.
Holding.
Whoa, into
I
that
keep
stuff,
my hand
huh?
up his shorts.
Illegal use of the hands.
Yeah, I made up a whole game. All the penalties have some kind of intimate thing.
So
Yeah, and if we choose different teams, whoever's team is winning, the other person has to go get all the coffee and food and stuff.
how would you have
Do
time
you
for
realize
coffee and food if
if
you're
Gunga's
doing all
still
this?
listening to the show? He's probably almost dying right now.
Oh no, he'll never die.
Hey, let's suppose hypothetically you're ahead, and there's 2 minutes left in the game. Do you start taking a knee or knees?
Start taking what?
You understand?
Do I start what?
You're winning. There's 2 minutes left in the game, and your team has the ball. Do you start taking a knee, or do you go to both knees to run the clock?
You're breaking up. Taking aim?
Take a knee.
Oh yeah, I'll take a knee.
Would you take both knees?
You got to play the game. You got to play the game out. But I do love the booth review.
This other stuff went right over your head, apparently.
I don't think I got it, Scott, but I don't think I want to even know what she does during a really long booth review. I don't want to know.
Does that include going to an adult bookstore?
You got to wait until they make the call.
Now, who decides on penalties? Do you throw a little hanky or some slinky panties down there on the floor?
Yeah.
That's
No, stop. Maybe that's a good idea, though. Make a little flag.
Yep.
Oh gosh, you got to have some creativity.
What if there's a dispute? What do they call that?
Dispute.
A
challenge.
Challenge. Yeah. What if there's a
That
challenge?
sounds fun. Maybe we'll work that in next game.
Yeah, that's where the coach throws out his red sack.
Right. Because, what if he wants me to do something I don't want to do? I'll say, hang on a second.
There's a
I'm
challenge.
challenging that call.
Hey, it's your husband. Just tell him to buzz off like you normally do.
No, I don't do that. The only time I say no is when he asks me if I had enough.
What the hell's that about?
What do you mean, what the hell's that about?
Isn't it fun to hear from me again?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm glad Shirley's not there anymore because it would make me feel like I was at my grandparents' house talking naughty.
Well, Gunga can
Her and
call
I
us.
usually just talk about recipes and stuff.
Yeah, that gets a little, nobody cares about recipes. But, there's something about...
So I tried to tune in at the beginning of the show, but my computer's so stupid it took me all that time. And I look and I see 7 people are watching, so I was number 8.
Yep, we have 8. I'm looking at it right now.
Well, we're just warming up.
Well, so Shirley's still watching. Hi, Shirley.
Oh.
She probably loves it. She's probably going to start playing that game
Things will
now.
pick up when
Poor
the weather
Gary.
gets worse.
Yeah, but 7 households are watching, which doesn't mean just only one person at each computer's watching.
We have found that,
Oh, right. There could be a room full of people.
that not like when we were back on the radio, you had to listen to us or you didn't hear us. And now, because of the
Right.
streaming, you don't have to listen at 10 o'clock. You can listen to this nonsense anytime
Yeah,
you
we
want.
get a lot more views than during the week, I found
Yeah.
out. So.
Just thought I'd
Oh,
cover it.
yeah. I'll bet you do. I'll bet you do. But I've been missing, checking in.
Well, the other thing we found, weather is a factor. If the weather is nice, we get far less participation. This was true on the radio,
Yeah,
too.
on a Saturday morning.
If you got
Oh,
bad
right,
weather
yeah,
out,
'cause
people
people
are
are
at
doing
home and they'll
things.
call in and listen and call in and stuff. So that's...
Well, it's good to see you guys again. You look good. Still no pastries or bowl of fruit. I don't know what we're going to do about that.
We're going to be moving in a few weeks
We've
to a
got
new studio.
We've got a plan. We have a plan that Elmo and I were talking about before. We're going to bring this show to a
Wow,
whole
are you
new
going to
level.
copy the same backdrop? Then no one will even know.
No, we're going to have a changing... We're going to have, like, dogs fornicating in the background. So that's what we're going to do.
Well, it is YouTube.
Yeah, we can't play somebody else's music, but we can play that. Huh?
Instead of Gurney, I think they're moving to the vibrant Regency Mall.
Hey, Mallrat.
Actually, we're just moving upstairs at Barter Manor. We're changing rooms here, so that's it.
Well, I'm going to get my... This is,
There's redecorating going
as
on.
you can see, my fireplace, and we've been here for 7 months, and now I want...
Yeah, I do. I love it.
I know, but I want my family room back just in case.
So he can watch Hallmark movies for the Christmas season. The LG...
Oh, that's right.
LG,
And hang the stockings with
BTQ,
care and all that.
Hallmark movies. He's looking forward to that. Sitting in front
Will
of
they
the
be
fire.
silk stockings or netted?
What was that?
You're
I
going to
don't
hang
know.
stockings on the mantle with care, right?
Yeah.
Well, I want to get my fireplace back in my life, just in case by accident I have some female that would stop over and enjoy a glass of wine
In
with me.
case someone gets your garage code.
Yeah.
Hey, just out of curiosity, we're talking about the future holidays and stuff, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I wonder how many families aren't going to be getting together because of the COVID, and how many are going to say, we're going to have a family get together. We don't care.
I don't know, it's a
The
good
thing
point,
is like, yeah, we're kind of empty nesters now, so we're almost looking forward to just sending the gifts over or dropping them on the porch, and then wearing all that intimate holiday wear we never got to wear around the house before.
Boy, we know where your mind is, baby.
Hey, no.
You got to make Santa happy.
BA, me and my first wife had a tradition. We started it. Before we had kids or we'd send them away, it was naked Christmas tree decorating.
Oh wow, that could get dangerous.
You know the song he played? Deck the halls with balls of Elmo.
Oh no.
That was a top favorite, wasn't it?
Hot chestnuts and all.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Don't talk about poor Chet that way.
Yeah.
Here's his.
This year has gone,
Gunga's got to be having a heart attack if he's listening right now.
or he's
You know he
sweating.
is.
This year has gone, it seems like it was just March when we got here, and we're just now getting everything ready, and now we're going to keep doing one thing. We had the phone issues. We
Yeah,
got that
it
right.
did
to
fly
get the
by.
music.
I'm happy for the little Indian summer we're getting here, though.
Yeah.
Yep, it's very nice.
So you can wear that little Pocahontas outfit in the backyard, too, huh?
Oh, by the
I
way,
should.
Native American summer, okay?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right. Oh, good one.
Hey, as long as I got you guys here, you want to hear this week's top 10?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I got to get my dingling out.
Good, you're going to hear it whether you want to or not. This was written in her home office on the patio here at Barter Manor. This week's top 10 thought-provoking categories. These are the top 10 reasons Kenosha should leave the burnt-out cars on Sheridan Road, on the Sheridan Road lot. Where they're still, you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Horrible.
They're still there.
They're still there. 50 of them.
70.
70. Top 10 reasons Kenosha should leave the burnt-out cars on Sheridan
Read them
Road.
slower this time.
All right, number 10. It will make a perfect vacation spot for Jimmy Hoffa. Number 9. Flo from Progressive Here you go, Dennis. Flo from Progressive Insurance is now walking with the hookers on Sheridan Road.
Oh, no.
Number 8. Great place to store bodies shot by Kenosha's militia.
Oh,
Oh, we haven't even got to that.
Bad.
Number 7. Only things in town that move slower than the trolley. Number 6. It's a tourist destination for grilling hot dogs and marshmallows. Number 5.
Oh, no.
You get to take a $70,000 tax deduction for a hot haircut. Number 4. Bitch and bumper stickers that say, burn, baby, burn. Number 3. During traffic jams, you won't have to wear a mask or practice social distancing. Number 2. Provides a fantastic backdrop for climate control ads. And the number 1 reason Kenosha should leave the burnt-out cars on Sheridan Road: personalized license plates. I've tested positive for charred metal 19. That's it.
They got worse. They got worse from 10 to 1.
Yeah.
It just got worse.
Well, I don't want to start. I don't want to start too good and then have to peter down from there.
Well, you did.
Well,
hey,
okay.
about those burned cars, I heard a rumor. I don't know if it's true. Is it true that the owner of one of the car lots lost so much and everything, and it wasn't covered? Did somebody commit suicide?
No, I heard that same rumor. I didn't hear anybody committing suicide.
Yeah, I heard.
You know
that
what my
the guy
husband-
lost so much that he committed suicide or
No,
something. That's what I
I-
heard. Yeah.
There's been
My
no report
husband's
of it.
kind of a cynic. He's suspicious and, well, clearly sometimes bitter. But he suspected that during all the trouble, some of the guys that were already not doing well before that situation were doing it on purpose to collect the funding.
Except you can't collect the funding.
In other words, burning their own cars.
Yeah.
No.
I heard that rumor, but I don't think the issue that this guy has, the way it was explained to me, was his policy. And you should check your own homeowner's policy.
Everyone, acts of terrorism are not
Yeah.
covered.
Civil control and riots.
Civil unrest are
And
not
civil
covered.
unrest, unless it's added back. Now, I called my insurance company, and in my homeowner's case, but that's different than a business, had they busted my house down, it would have been covered. But, you know what?
Well, why didn't you put signs out?
Where am I going to go?
Come on over here.
No, but that's the problem that some of them are having. And this last week in the paper, they showed the state insurance from the insurance commissioner's office was here. And some of these places, like this guy,
Someone just open a coffin?
No, I just opened my door to let my dog out.
Oh. Try some
let the
cooking
dogs
spray
out.
on those hinges.
at any rate, he's been getting a lot of pressure from the city. It's going on 6 weeks to get rid of that because actually it is a destination point. People, you should see the traffic.
Oh,
They
yeah,
should almost
yeah,
stop in that block and get out and take pictures.
Gapers.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Hey, is it true? I thought I saw a picture. Did somebody burn a trolley car too?
Oh,
not for lack of trying. Hey, you know this is.
the burnt out one? Yeah, we've got a picture of that in our
Hey Dennis,
ending credits.
on at the trolley barn on Monday in Columbus Day, they're having a Columbus Day free rides featuring the new trolleys Nina Pinta and the Santa Vergani. You can get a free ride on any of them. What the hell? Let him
I
take
want to be on that one.
let him take some abuse for a change.
Hey, is the
Take it
Burger
on
King
top of
handing out free Whoppers for Columbus Day? There, okay.
Hey, as long as I got you here, we were going to talk about this, but as long as I got you, because I can get you to weigh in. in today's paper, this 17-year-old kid right now, his lawyers are arguing against extradition from Illinois to Wisconsin, claiming that if he gets here to Wisconsin, he's going to be turned over to the mob. Now, my colleague here had a great point. Hypothetically, if we had a mob here in Kenosha, we wouldn't have had these problems to begin with.
That's right.
Right?
Right? You wouldn't mess with them.
Yeah, that's right.
I
Find
think
you out
to
at
a great
a
extent.
thing at Bong Base,
Shallow grave.
Shallow Grave in Bong, by the Bong Park there. But I don't know how this guy's going to get through that. But, you know, and he's saying, well, he was defending himself. But Dennis, you've been in law enforcement. Isn't this up to a court of law to determine guilt or not guilty?
That's right.
I mean, and the
Well,
governor.
and not only that, I think you guys are smart, and you're lucky not to have him there, because if he was held in Kenosha, I think it would just cause a lot more problems for
They'd
Kenosha.
start rioting again.
Thank God
Yeah.
he's held down there, you know.
Yeah. I also thought that he would claim that he would be in danger if he were to be extradited. And then the last thing I heard was there was a technicality that now they can't. Some kind of legal technicality where they're not going to be able to do it.
According to this article, Evers, he requested it, and your fat guy down there, what's his name? Pricky?
Jelly Belly.
Charlie Belly, the governor of Illinois, he signed it already.
Pritzker.
Yeah, Pritzker, that's the guy. He signed this already, so I think this is, you know, this kid's got about $750,000, if not more, a defense fund.
$2 million.
$2 million defense fund. And if he comes to Wisconsin at 17, I don't think he goes into the general adult population.
They'd have to keep him in solitary. There's no way.
Would he go to a juvenile home in solitary?
Well, I'll tell you one
they
thing
gotta
we
keep
saw
him in
that day
solitary,
that
that's it.
occurred.
What's that?
It was late afternoon, early evening. I was up at Ralph's Ace of Hearts. My husband cruised by, and he said he was just down at 50 and 83, and there was a truck full of chunky white boys with a rebel flag flying from it, like they were going to go rabble-rousing. And I was suspicious that it might be that group of people where that kid was hanging.
Well, chunky
no
white
idea.
boys. You discovered half the male population in
They had a picture of him
Wisconsin.
earlier in the day. He was removing graffiti from some buildings with some volunteers. So he was actually not, rebel. He was cleaning graffiti off.
So he was legitimately...
Well,
There to help.
I don't know. There's
Help business.
rumors and innuendo.
Yeah.
There's way too much of
we
that.
got to wait for this to go through the court, and you get a day in court. He's got some legal defense, and I guess if you're a lawyer, like he's asking for to avoid extradition, and you're working with an open checkbook, so to speak, go ahead, get all the.
Yep.
I don't blame the lawyer for doing that, but I hope he's going to end up here, and otherwise, all you chunky guys from Illinois are going to come up here and start shooting our.
They already let Dennis in here. What the
Talking
heck?
about someone in particular?
we let Dennis and Gonga come up here. Come on.
We came to get away from Pritzker.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, kids.
That
Well, we
guy.
got a couple things
If
we got
I
to
stood
finish here,
next to
but
Pritzker, I'd look like a health nut.
Yep.
all right. Anyway, Dennis, thanks for the call this morning, as always.
Hey, can I tell you one last thing I'm going to do? For Columbus Day, I think everybody should use their Discover card.
you guys are just terrible.
Hey, Dennis, why don't you wear some of those pumpkin pie stretch pants and put on like a Chris Columbus hat with the feather and all that, and try to tell everybody, come down to downtown Kenosha, tell everybody you're gay.
Well, he'd be looking like Captain if he dressed up like that.
Yeah, Captain, twins separated at birth on one of the three boats.
No, I'm just going to wear a whole rainbow suit. That's all.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, kids.
Isn't there some controversy now about Christopher Columbus and it was really the Vikings? Maybe there'll be a Viking riot on Christopher Columbus
Well,
Day.
we have that.
They've been having that in Minneapolis for months.
Yeah. We have this. We have this big Christopher Columbus statue that was about $500,000. Hey. This
We're out here in the country.
All right, listen. There's this big Chris Columbus statue that was about $500,000, and it was donated in part from our sister city, Cosenza, Italy, because we have a great deal of Italian population here. Well, when the riots were going on, they graffitied that, and I think because they found out Chris Columbus was an Italian, they didn't want to fool around with the mob around here. So I guess calling it a Burger King statue is a little out of line, over the top, but
They put a crown on it.
We got one last thing before we got to let you go here, and that did either of you guys get a flu shot?
Not yet.
No.
I'm going to get one probably in November, I think.
Well, we talked to K-Dog about it at the production meeting yesterday, and Scott asked if he got any side effects from the flu shot, and he said no. I said, well, what about the 4-hour erection?
What? The 4-hour what?
Erection.
Oh, yeah. Don't even get me started on that.
oh, why? How long's that going to take? I only got 9 minutes left here.
I've told you before, when Viagra came out, they said it could cause blindness. And that's what they used to tell little boys so they
That's
wouldn't
right.
fool with themselves. And then what woman in her right mind is going to take a guy to the hospital when she's enjoying a 4-hour erection? It just, none of it makes sense.
This is probably why Stevie Wonder was so popular.
He better have a life alert necklace on. That's all I got to say.
Well, look at it this way, Bristol. You got November 3rd to look forward to because that's Erection Day.
Oh, yes, it is. That's right.
Elmo, you should be ashamed of yourself. For
I have to vote for a 6-hour time limit.
6 hours.
Forget this cabaret ordinance and
Vote
forget
review.
this mask order. Bring back the 4-hour, legitimacy.
No, that's a long time to take a knee.
That's a long booth review.
Yeah.
I said it's a long time to take a knee.
You two better go take cold showers and kind of calm down a little bit. That.
Well, listen, I have to go say some prayers now to atone for all the.
You've been
all the
sinning a lot here, Dennis.
borderline,
Yep. I need a shower. Yep, you're right. I need a shower.
Okay.
And I don't mean a cold one.
All right, kids. Till next week.
Well, you guys look great. I'll try to tune in next week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
good show, man. Take it
all
easy.
right.
Have a good one.
All right, Dennis.
Stay safe.
Have a great day, Dennis.
All right,
Good to
man.
hear you.
You too. Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye,
Okay,
bye-bye,
sweetheart.
bye-bye, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
That was kind of enlightening. Are they gone now?
Yep.
Okay. We only got time for one more topic, I think, and that was this was a CABA, Kenosha Area Business Alliance, is going to do a market study on the feasibility if the uptown area can support a grocery store. Now, we had Pick and Save in there from 2006, I think. 2000, and it closed after 10 years because there's no business.
No, there was plenty of business. The problem is they weren't paying for anything.
Yeah, they
People
were
are
stealing,
walking out of the
right.
store and stealing bottles of liquor. That's why they closed.
And Cruiser says, well, maybe we could put the county center that's in the old Target store on Sheridan Road.
I first suggested they put City Hall there. Just they, back before they came up with the Civic Center plan there, that they, hey, you got this empty building there, put City Hall over there. They don't need to be on the lakefront. Why do why do a bunch of worthless politicians get a nice view of the lake?
So here's the strength in my argument that maybe this has some merit because there were 4 gunfire incidents in a 24-hour period mid this week. There was 13 shots fired, 6200 block of 13th Avenue, it's right around the corner. Additional gunfire, 6100 block of 12th Avenue. And at 4:30 in the afternoon, 45th Street and 39th, a little couple blocks up the street. And then you had 28th Avenue and 46th Street.
That's a lot of blocks up the street.
Right. Still, it's in the kind of the... And then you also had 2:40 in the afternoon, 2100 block of...
Broad
53rd
daylight.
Street. Broad daylight. So if I was Pick and Save, I would just be running to City Hall, Elmo. Sign us up. We'll buy the building back. I mean, and then to top that off, where's this? 4124 52nd Street. Again, a little bit around the corner. Open robbery at 7, 8 at night. 8 o'clock at night, this smoke and vape, that's a little more just further south on 75th Street. and then you had somebody on the liquor store. That's way up on the north side. But these guys are going in the middle of the day with guns, robbing everybody. So don't worry about the police coming to worry about your
How
your
many
face mask.
How many people are in your restaurant, or if you got a face mask on?
Yeah.
I think they had some more important things.
They're
to
out
do
here
than that.
following the car and foot chased and everything else. I went and talked about the Packers. I forget. I just don't want to penalize the bars anymore. What is this one?
No, we'll do it. We're having a political meeting.
I didn't know that.
It's a get out the vote thing that we're doing here. That's it.
That's it. We should have our own little sign. Put it on the amen corner. Get out the vote.
Get out the vote. Yeah.
And on the other side, get out the drink. 2 drink minimum. And those I feel sorry for those poor people down in Louisiana. They had 6 weeks ago. They had Hurricane
Yeah, they're getting
Delta
hit-
coming
they got
in.
hit
They
again
get
today,
slammed
so-
again. How much is enough can you take? Kenosha boy, Gavin Lux made the roster.
Yep.
They put him back on the postseason roster, and he had last night. He had a pinch hit and he struck out. But in fairness to him, he hasn't played any, and there hasn't been any minor league games that he needs to play at age 22. And he was the Dodgers' #1 pick of a year or so ago. And I think what they're going to try to do is showcase him. Let him. Hopefully, he'll do good because I still think that they're going to trade him to get something. And
I saw that about Whitey Ford here, and they had his picture. They had a headshot of him there. I thought it was you.
really,
The headshot they had in the paper he looked a lot like you
Yeah.
there. So
Whitey Ford, as we're talking about, passed away at 91 yesterday. And you know what I found interesting is his number was 19, just reversed. But that comes Bob Gibson. We're losing all our boyhood greats, Elmo. Bob Gibson passed away.
well, rock stars too. He lost Eddie
Yeah.
Van
Oh,
Halen
yeah.
too, and
Who else died this week? Some rock star did. God, I can't remember. We were just talking about it. But these guys were pitchers. He won 236 games over 16 years, and these guys pitched 9 innings, none of this 100 pitch count. And so we talked about the Packers, and hopefully, what do you think about this thing where they tried to kidnap the?
well, the first thing they do is try to blame it on Trump. They're a crazy anarchist group.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what they are. Oh no, it's Donald Trump is behind all this.
Well-
did he say? Well, who arrested these guys? It was the feds, right?
Well,
Where do you think they
yeah.
come from?
Well, this was about a 6-month investigation, and
Yeah.
it got a little serious. And I think I would concur this is probably the tip of the iceberg. And they were going to take her to Wisconsin.
Nah, there's no iceberg there. They're like, remember the old days with the Posse Comitatus?
Yeah.
Up in where are they?
Oh, they were out in Utah or something.
No, they're in Wisconsin. Well, they're all.
they were all over,
They're all over
but
the
anyway.
place, but they had that thing in Wisconsin. They had the big bust up there. But this group is no different than the Posse Comitatus. That's
Same
about it.
philosophy.
Same kind of
for
thing.
those
Yep,
that,
yep, yep.
And speaking of crime, in their last 2 minutes here,
The gift that keeps on giving.
dum, da, da, dum. Hey, you got our I am not a crook thing. Can you play that? Can you play the I'm not
I
a crook?
can't
Okay,
pull it
right.
out. Yep.
Well, this, for those that recognize this character, this is former
Federally elected Alderman
Ray
Raymond Meisner.
He was the one that we started, Steve Casey and I started
So
on
the show,
WIP.
the whole show was about him.
November 1st, 2013. And he had a show there for 3 years prior. And
That's why they had the song Free Ride on there, because he didn't pay his bill and they kicked him off the air. And then Wurtzler called you and said, hey, you want to take his place?
Yeah.
Okay.
so we did, and we went for an hour the first year, and then they immediately went to the second hour. And had they not gone to, what do you call,
Gurney
Mills, we probably would have still be there. But this streaming live is the wave of the future, and I didn't realize AM. It's still popular in this area, but overall, nationwide, it's kind of going down. But our boy Ray is moving in. He was in Nebraska, I believe this was.
No,
right?
Kansas.
Kansas.
We're not
okay.
in Kansas anymore,
Yeah,
Toto.
yeah, right. So he's out there, and they must not have done a background check because they made old Ray the head of the Chamber of Commerce. And by the end, 17 and 18, he built them out of like 22 grand, and it's over the 5,000. So he's been charged with a felony, and he was supposed to get $1,000 a month salary. Now this is all public record, so I don't even know. He's posted bond, but he apparently had this big top party hop. You know, I guess those bouncy things.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So to pay some of these things, he was using the city's Chamber of Commerce money for this, and so O'Ray is. This was from Gordon Chamber of Commerce, Class 2A felony, from April 17th to May. He was he built them out of Nebraska State Police. Yeah, I don't know where Gordon is, but I can't believe that they'd hire a guy and give him the checkbook and not figure out he's got some things in the past here. He was the guy that was the head of the license and permit committee and did all these things and went around. Oh, he was the guy, the last story, and then we'll close this up. He gets pulled over by a deputy sheriff in town because he didn't have his license plates registered. And so he didn't have the money to pay the registration fee. So he's in violation. So he pulls out his wallet, and he's got a badge in there. And the cop says, well, what's this for? He goes, I'm a federally elected alderman. And he says, well, what do you need this for? He says, it gets me into political functions so I don't have to go through the security. And here he is, our boy, not falling too far from the tree.
Nope.
Well, Elmo, we covered a lot today, and I guess that is going to wrap it up for the October 10th edition of the Kenosha Today Saturday Morning Breakfast Club. We want to thank our sponsors, Barter's Financial Planning Services, Kenoshans for Open, Honest Government, and Charlie V's Kids for Cancer Treatment Foundation. We have been streaming to you live this morning from the Barter Manor studio located at the corner and on the corner of Happy and What Went Wrong. And so for Elmo and myself, until we meet again, we thank you for the privilege of your time. Have a very safe and pleasant weekend.
piano player, Mr. Elmo the Insane.
Well, I'm not a crook.